What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another MX Bikes video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be checking out the TOMAC Ranch in MX Bikes. Now, this track, I don't know how long ago it came out, but I recently found this track this year when I had recently hopped on for the first time. And me and my brother were riding this track around a lot, and I don't usually ride Supercross in this game, but after I rode this track in Supercross, bro, I'm like absolutely loving it. It's a great track. But yeah, there's 4 tracks in this compound, one of which is a motocross track, and the other 3 are Supercross tracks. It's gonna be a pretty sick video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to tune in, and yeah, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so the first track I'm pretty sure I want to test out is the first Supercross track on this map. So there's actually 3 Supercross tracks and 1 motocross track. So we're going to be checking out all of them today, but we're going to be starting with this first Supercross track right here. This track honestly is pretty fun. I do not ride Supercross like at all, but I hopped on this track and I'm like, dang, this track is low-key pretty easy. It's like a pretty easy beginner Supercross track. This compound definitely favors a 450. I would say that riding a 250 on this compound like is a struggle, honestly, especially for the Supercross tracks. The motocross track it's alright. It's not good at all for a 250 though. It's almost impossible. But yeah, I feel like that this track is like really good for like beginner riders in Supercross, as if myself, because I do not ride Supercross like at all. But when I started off, I just like always wanted to ride motocross and never Supercross. So that's what I got good at. But I hopped on this track and I was playing it, and I'm like, you know, this track is really fun. It's really flowy. It's not a frustrating track really. Like, these jumps are pretty small. If you guys are 250 riders, which I know a lot of you probably are, this track I would say is probably, well, this track and another Supercross track we're gonna be checking out are probably really good for 250s, but the motocross track is definitely favoring a 450. And I have ridden these tracks on a 250, and honestly, I would rather ride these on a 450. These whoops are kind of a challenge though. There's a lot of them. They're not as hard as like the aerial whoops, but they still are kind of a challenge. And usually on these flat tracks, I like to turn my deformation up a lot, just because they're really slippery, and obviously as you can see right there, I was slipping around. So I usually turn my deformation up to 2.5 on this track, just so I'll have some ruts, you know. I feel like E-Road on this track is a lot of fun, honestly. Those whoops are so hard. They're really easy at first, and then you get into them more, and the longer you go, you just can't. I'm also on the Husky on this track. I'm on the Husky 450, and I feel like this bike does really well on this track. I'm really finding the flow. This is definitely one of my favorite Supercross tracks by far. I'm definitely a fan of the flowier tracks. Alright, well, we're not going to spend too much time on the one track. By far, I think that this one is the best Supercross track out of all of them. But the other ones are still pretty cool. Alright guys, so here we are on the second Supercross track. And I don't know how I feel about this one. It's like, I haven't done like any laps on it, so I'm not too familiar with it. I really only been spitting laps on the other one, so I couldn't really say how much I feel about this one. But it is still pretty cool. It's pretty easy. The jumps are a lot smaller than the other one, and it's a lot more flowy, I'd say. It's not really technical at all. This section is really hard though. I haven't been able to figure out that section yet. There's 2 up sections on the track, and that one is bigger than the other. So one's bigger than the other. But yeah, these tracks on this compound are like really kid friendly, I'd say. I guess I could say beginner friendly, because they're really like smooth tracks. They're not like too complicated. They are pretty simple, and like especially these sections right here, they're really flowy. I don't know how this track would run on a 250, but on a 450 it's pretty fun and flowy, and I'm really liking it. I don't know about this section though. This section kind of like maybe double. See if I can triple. Okay, I think that would be good right there. Maybe a double, triple, double. Now these whoops are they're a lot bigger, and there's a lot more of them. Those are some hard whoops right there. But I am really loving the environment and the dirt of this track. It just looks so good. It's definitely like nice for thumbnails too, I bet. I don't know, I'm just really feeling it here on this Husky today. I'm really liking this track though. And they're like beginner supercross tracks, so if you ride these tracks, you'll be decently good at supercross. Alright, so the next supercross track is literally right beside this track, the track that we were just at, and it's pretty cool too. It has a unique style to it, a unique layout. I rode a couple laps on this track while me and my brother were just like exploring this track, and I thought that this track was pretty good. The idea of this track, like right here, is pretty cool. I don't know, I feel like they haven't had something like that since the Monster Energy Cup, and I'm pretty sure that this track is like the exact same as TOMAC's actual ranch. I'm not sure if like somebody just made this, like if it's a fiction track or if it's like something legit. I don't know, not much to completely say about these tracks, but overall like they're all just really good tracks, and I don't know, I just love getting on these. Like these supercross tracks are actually like super cool. I would 100% run these up in pub lobbies. They'd be super fun to ride. I might do a video here soon of me running up pub lobbies, because I have 200 hours in the game, and I only play this game like every dirt bike season in the year, and I never touch it during like the winter and stuff. So I'm not like the type of guy who's going to be grinding it all the time. But, you know, it's a lot of fun just to hop on, make content like this, and just make these videos. But I think we're going to try to get into pub lobbies to see how we can do. I have, like, recorded videos in the past of me getting in pub lobbies, but just scrap them because they would just be down bad videos. But, yeah, I think the next video would be some either Fortnite or some maybe pub lobbies on this track. We'll see what I can do if I can find a lobby anytime soon. And next time I record, I don't really know when. I don't have a uploading schedule or anything. I just make it a video whenever I feel like it. But yeah, so I think we spun enough laps on this track. Overall, these tracks are all really easy to ride. I'd say once you get used to them, they're really fun. So I would definitely say ride them on a 450 or like a 350. I don't know how this track really works on 250s, but I feel like these tracks favor more 450s. So we're gonna go ahead and hop over to the motocross track. Okay, so this motocross track is like actually right beside the first supercross track we rode. It was actually like the first time I hopped on this year. I downloaded this track and rode it, but just decided now to make a video about it. But honestly, kind of forget how to ride this track. But this is a pretty fun track. I do really love like the dirt on all this. Like the whole layout on these tracks are just so nice, especially if you own like a really expensive PC that plays this game like freaking crazy. I'm very down bad on this motocross track now. We are gonna try to spin a fast lap here after I crossed the finish line once. Me and my brother were riding 250s on this track, and it didn't go well at all. We couldn't like clear anything. This whole track, it's like some sections look like they have different sand sections, but oh my gosh, dude, I hate this game. I don't know what's going on, dude. I'm terrible right now. I'm very down bad at this track right now. I haven't rode it like at all. I haven't been riding the motocross track, really just riding the supercross track. But yeah, this track is still awesome. And this is like why TOMAC is so good, like IRL in sand, is because these tracks that he rides in Colorado are like basically built out of sand. So his sand dirt, he just knows how to ride it. It is a pretty big track. It's I wouldn't say it's too difficult. It's pretty flowy. But yeah, that's a full lap on this track. But you know, once you get the hang of this track, it's pretty fun. And this whole compound is really aesthetic and like just overall a great track. All these tracks are like super sick. My favorite supercross track is definitely the first one we rode. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys saw my last video. It got about 600 views, I think. It was an alright video. I was talking about how these new OEMs are dog water. Yeah, well, I kind of just messed up my crap and completely forgot how to play the game. So I wouldn't say these new OEMs are bad. They're still like, I feel like these OEMs, I don't know, they're getting better, but they also not. I don't know. They are still really cool. I'm really like confused as to why they haven't added like the 25 KTMs and all that crap. But yeah, still, the last video is kind of a boof. But yeah, overall the compound is legit. It's pretty sick. I thank you guys all for watching. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below which is your favorite track, and also comment and ask me if you already knew about this track. It has been out for a while, but it's probably one of my favorite compounds I've ever ridden at, so I wanted to do a little video about it, show some of you guys that might not know about it. But yeah, comment down those things, and I guess we'll see you in the next one, guys. See you later.